Good morning, everyone. Today is another Scraps to Embellishment, and we are making bear hugs. Anything with a bear is allowed. And if you want to play along or swap with us, you just need to go over to Ginger's Corner and it will be linked below. And I'm really excited about this one because the first time I tried to do it, I was sitting in the living room and I didn't have enough light. And I thought I was using brown and it was purple. So this is what my first bear turned out like. So he looks not good. But here's what the next one turned out like, and I love it. He's so adorable. So I'm going to be making 4 of these for our swap. And then of course I'll make one for myself and one for my scrapbook buddy. So we'll get right to it. This is a die cut that I purchased on Temu, and here's the picture. Now Temu does not give you a picture with it, so my daughter actually screenshot it for me and then I just printed it out. Oh, but this one actually did come with this picture. So, and I used gray because it looked pretty gray to me. Oh, and I gotta tell you, in some lighting, the outfit looks brown. So, but I did him in gray. So I just think he turned out really cute. My husband said, "Oh, the first one looked good," but yeah, definitely the second one looked good, better. Okay, now I usually use the Tim Holtz sponges, and I had bought these on Amazon after I purchased one at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and I thought, jeepers, I just hate to spend that much for, you know, a dozen or whatever I needed. But so I looked on Amazon. These weren't that much, and you got a whole bag full. So I am using Vintage Photo because I like the color of brown that it has more than my other browns. And remember, I have like a dozen. I don't have too many inks. Okay, so I'm gonna ink his ears real good, and I just kept this here and kind of inked it like that one is. So I'm gonna try to stay in screen here. So that's what I'm only trying to be this big. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep tapping on that. And I noticed that with these brushes, sometimes it seemed like I got on a little too much, but then after I went over it a little bit more, it kind of wiped some of it off. So if you get to the point where this is where you like it, you probably need to quit. So, and if you're using a sponge like this, you definitely need to have something underneath there. Okay. Now he does have little parts that go in his inner ear that I'll put on later, and I did those in brown. You really don't have to do the top of his head because he's going to have on that little cap. But I am going to do all the way except for like this part of his nose here. And I still start at the outside and work my way in. And I'm just trying to leave that inner part empty. So I'm kind of going in an oval rather than a circle. I have to wear 2 pairs of glasses to see my screen above me because I have astigmatism and then I have the magnifying glasses on. So it's like I had to, every now and then I have to adjust those because they were sliding. Probably because it's kind of warm in here. It's supposed to get cold tonight though, so the hubby's like, "Oh, I'm going to turn off the air." Because even though I said good morning, this is really nice. And I had so much going today that it's actually, what time? It is about 10 to 9 in the evening. So I usually he goes to bed pretty early, and I've been trying to go to bed a little earlier so that I could get up earlier. Because sometimes I just wake up and I stay up and it's like, dang, I didn't get enough sleep. So I've been trying to get more sleep. Okay, I think he looks pretty good. Okay, now I do want to get the bottom part where his chin would be, because it needs to be darker where his little scarf comes up. So I am going over that a little bit more. That's probably pretty good there. So you can see how I've left the center part a lot lighter. Okay, and then his belly. Now this part up here is not even going to show, so you probably don't even have to ink that part. I did my first two, but now I realize all that doesn't have to be inked, just like the top part of his head, because the little hat, and then his little scarf comes over his belly. And you know, his legs are going to be here, but I'm still going to go here just because it's easier for me to blend it, I think. But if I get to the point where, you know, it's like I'm really good at it, maybe I'll just not even bother with parts of it. And again, I'm just blending and keeping the center part a little white, because that's how he is in the picture, and I love that one. And I think that's pretty good there. I do have a little bit of brown there. Now I thought this color was a little on the reddish side, but it doesn't seem like it is on the paper. Oh, and I started out with ivory paper, so it might be different if I would have started out with white. So maybe I'll try that one time. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. And now these are going to be his arms, or his front paws, whatever you call them on a bear. I would still think they're arms because, you know, they stand up. But I'm not, you know, I don't know that much about bears. Just teddy bears. Oh, I know why it's so warm. It's the lights. Janet would say, it's those landing lights. They get so warm. Yep, and I'm thinking, boy, those, you know, they would talk about movie stars being underneath the lights. And it's like, yeah, if they have had to light their set like this. I mean, I only have 2 lights here, and then actually my pot lights get pretty hot too. It's like in the summertime, you think, oh, this room is so hot, and you turn off the pot lights, and suddenly it's like it's just cooler. Just like that. Pretty fast. Okay, so as soon as I get my shade of brown, and I got the front part darker, but I mean, he could be a little darker right here, just because of the shadow that's going to be on him from his little scarf. So I do want that a little darker. I think that's pretty good there. And now these are his feet, and you don't have to do the very center part and the bottom, because that's going to be covered up with his little pads, his little bare feet pads. And this takes a little bit, but I'll tell you, I think I find that turning it out so good, you know, turning out so much better than my first one. It's like it's pleasurable to spend the time and have it turn out really cute. Okay, I'm gonna run just a little bit on the bottom, just in case it shows up a little bit, because I don't think my pad comes down quite enough, because I think it didn't on this one. So I do want to put a little more down at the very bottom, but you don't really have to go over the center too much, even though it still gets it. Okay, and then this is his like muzzle area, and I'm just going to go over this slightly because I want to keep that pretty light. But you still need to hold it down, and I'm holding this where the nose is because that's going to be covered up. And otherwise I put it where the mouth is because I don't want to impress it to where it's got a mark or anything. Okay, and these are his little foot paws. Foot pads is what I've been calling them. Okay, that looks good. So I'm gonna maybe, what color did I try? This is Vintage Photo. Yeah, this is the one I thought would be closest to that red, because it's kind of reddish. But maybe I'll look for that color. I bought 3 bear dies, and I think they're all just a little bit different in color. But I think they're really cute. And I'm thinking they probably all look the same, just have different clothes. So, except for, I think they were all different color too. Hope I got that one. Looking darker than this one. So I'm just trying to give it a little more color. And I'm kind of pouncing it because it's so little, it just wants to kind of take off. Okay. Getting these a little darker because I think they are a little darker. Okay, I think that's pretty good there. And so that's the whole bear. I'm just going to put him aside. And I have to move this so I don't accidentally put it in the black. Because earlier I thought I did. I thought I used the black and the brown. Because this one was already brown. And that was the color it came. But I thought I'm going to make it the color. I'm going to use it in the color that the plastic part is. That way, hopefully, I won't mix them up. And the colors that I have, like similar colors. Oh, I want to ink from here for some reason, so I'm going to do this. So, now again, I try to make the bottom a little darker than the top because that would be shadowed. And this one, I'm just kind of tapping it. And I'm going to rub it a little more on the bottom. I think that's pretty good. Now this one from the Dollar Tree, I think I like the feel of that one better. I just felt like I had more control over it. This one feels like it's just shaped a little different. I know it's kind of silly, but it's my story and I'm sticking to it. Now this is the back of his hat, and then he's got the rolled front part. And not too much of this one actually shows. Okay, and now this one. This is a little rolled front. And I tried to get a little bit more on the bottom that would be close to his face, because that would be a little more shadowed. But this is black soot. So I mean, when I go over this, it's like sometimes it can get really dark, so I'm trying to be careful. But still get this a little darker in the underneath part. And the sweater part, it's a lot more delicate, I think, than the rest of it. Okay, I think that's good there. Okay, so this will be the bottom part again. I'm going to make that part a little bit darker. and right underneath his chin, which is right here. So the top and the bottom, a little more darker than the rest of it. And this one side in the picture is a little darker, so I'm trying to get that side a little bit more darker too. Okay, I think that looks like a sweater. I still want a little bit more darker here. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I think it's ready to be put together. And I'll probably take a sticker and write the color on it just in case because I do have another brownish black too. Okay, so I start out with, I think maybe I'll start out with the hat. I started with the scarf, but I kind of had trouble with the hat, so maybe doing that first would do a little better. But who knows? I mean, I might put it together 5 times before I feel like, oh yeah, that was the way to put it together. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna really look at this one and see if I can get it close to that, because I ended up putting that one behind the ears. But it shows it in front of the ears. And it doesn't matter probably how much is sticking up because part of it gets covered. I think this is about how it looks in the picture. So now he's a bear with a hat. Well, the front part of the hat. Now I'm going to put on the cuff or the rolled part. And I'm just going around that part right now in case I have to keep lifting it up until I get it where I want it. Okay, I think I have more of his eyebrows showing this time. So we'll see how that looks. And then he gets the little pom-pom ball at the top. I think this part is so cute, the little pom. I think that's why I picked him first. I don't remember if the other guys have pom-poms. Okay, I don't feel like I'm seeing enough at the top. Okay, I'm gonna pull it down. See, that's why I didn't put on too much glue, because I figured I'd just have to keep doing it if I adjusted it. Gotta have enough room for his little pom-pom. So he needs to be down a little bit more. I think that should be better. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good there. And now his little scarf, it goes just underneath his chin, and then it'll be also glued onto this. And then I did his face last. So you just gotta have this tucked in. I think the scarf needs to, not sure if the scarf should go over or under the hat, because they just look like they meet. So that's probably good there. And I did put the arms on before the head, so I'm going to do that again. Okay. So that looks like it'd be pretty good. And you got to make sure that a scarf just comes over his arms. Yep, that looks good there. Okay, and then these little furry parts of the feet that They just kind of, they almost look like somebody with hair, just a face and a hair. So I'm gonna leave, oh, like a 1/4 inch here in the middle. And you want just a little bit hanging below. So you can see, even though I inked it all, it's not, need to slide it over a little bit. Even though I inked it all, it's like I'm covering up a lot of it. Okay, I don't have them spread apart enough. As Ginger would say, trial and error, trial and error. I know she said she puts, you know, one together before she shows it. Okay, so I've got 2. I don't know how many she does, but yeah, it's like I want to know how it's going to go together, because sometimes I get all done and it's like, am I missing something? Or it's like, what is this part for? I have done that. Like, what is this? Okay, and his foot goes like this. So there's like a divide here and then 2 little pieces that go that way. So that's how his feet go. Just per how the picture looks. Oh, and there might be one, the feet might be for the, you know, one might be a right foot and one might be a left foot, because it is for the ears, which I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, so now this part here, I'm gonna put glue on his shoulders and across the top of the body, and then on top of his shoulder again. And just a little bit of his belly shows. Probably about that much, I think. And this part here, this really doesn't have anything that it attached to, and it separates when I die cut it. So I might have to put a little something behind there. Okay, and then his muzzle. Oh, my camera turned off. Okay, where's my little pick-me-up tool? Okay, so this is the part that I keep putting it on sideways, so I'm gonna try to get it right in the center. I don't know if it's the eyes or me. My eyes or its eyes, and it makes it look crooked every time. Okay, maybe that's it. Okay, I think I got it this time. Okay, and then his eyes and his nose, and those are just these 2 eyes and a little nose, and the nose does come to a little bit of a point where his little mouth is. Okay. Okay, that looks good there. Okay, this eye is right way up. This one I gotta flip over. Oh, and I must have double flipped it. Okay. And then this eye. And there's little indentions for to put that. Okay, I think I'm done with the glue. And then I have the, what size is it? It's 0.1 millimeter, and it's the Paper Studio pens. I like these the best because they have smaller sizes. They don't have any big sizes. And even the biggest size is small, which I like for if I pen on my scrapbook page, and it works good for this because it's pretty easy to go on there. And maybe oh, I think his eyebrows probably show up enough. I like them that they're brown. Okay, and then you want to do a little highlight on his eyes, because that's what makes them look like they're alive. Put a little spark in their eye. And now I have two little bears. And I think, oh no, I don't. I forgot their little things that go in their ears. So they have these little cutouts, and this one gets a smaller one and this one gets a bigger one. And last night when I put it together, I did them just the reverse. But today I did it with more light. That made a big difference. And this should probably go on before the hat. Next time I'll do that. And the flat part goes, well, it's gonna actually slide underneath the hat, so that looks good. I need to bring my tweezers back over here. My husband was using them. He had got a splinter from something. So I'll have to wash them off to make sure I don't get something on my picture I don't want. Okay, let's see, which way does this one go? Because you can see the indentation in the die. So it goes this way, it looks like to me. Yep. Okay, now I have two little bears complete. So I just need to make two more for the swap, and then I'll make me and my buddy one too. So, but aren't they adorable? I love them. Oh, showing you not very good. Okay, I will have close-ups at the end. Remember, everybody that is making embellishments will be listed down below. Otherwise, you can click on one link and go see everybody that's making embellishments from the start of us making the embellishments this year. So I'll have close-ups at the end, and I will see you tomorrow. Make sure, if you haven't seen my let's see, what day is it? My 8th day of 30 days of sketches. That's listed already. So I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.